beautiful day. Though tomorrow they say there's going to be wind, rain, and clouds. I'm out in this beautiful sunshine. No, I'm out in the actual sunshine, but I'm sitting indoors and watching it from here. It's very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Though something is eating away at me. What could it be? Ah, yes. I know what it is. I just had to pay like £1,500 of my flexible savings, which now I only have £100 left in there, into my current account in order to pay to Certitude and God knows who else what in arrears for funds that they didn't bother letting me know ages ago, which I wished I had asked now, because... And I just felt, I had to make a warning out there to anyone or anybody who's got support, and again support from a support organisation. They live in a shared accommodation, and if they ever are worried or unsure about how much they have to pay for service charges and housing benefits and all that, please, for goodness sakes, ask them. Always, and keep hassling them as well, because this organisation has just basically financially failed to let me know in advance the bombshell that they dropped us before we switched from Certitude to Riverside ECHG, and as a result, Certitude have messed up big time financially, which means we've had to pay arrears more than what we would normally have paid. I mean, here it is. It is what I got. Yep, read and read. That's why I had to go through. £1,500. Yep, there it is. Yep. It's all to do with my agreement made to clear rent arrears with Certitude, formerly Support for Living. Yeah. As discussed with you, rent is in arrears. They may include both your personal contribution and missing housing benefit, which is beyond 6 months for the so. Basically, this is what I find absolutely unbelievable. Is they didn't bother to let me know 6 months ago that this was going to happen. Basically, they didn't let me 6 months before. My housing benefit didn't go through, so it just kept building up. It kept building up and up and up and up until it was so big that after those 6 months, it went up to about it went up to about like 3,000 or so quid, basically. So here we go. The rest they're going to try and write off. I don't know if that's really going to happen or not. It's beyond me. So basically, my balance due was up to the balance was £4,335.37, and it went up to about 3,700. Yeah, that's basically it. And some of it nearly goes up to 10,000. So basically I was in debt, but I've just cleared half of that, and I don't know if really, honestly, truly, whether I really trust them or not. The fact they didn't tell me for the last 6 months has been a breakdown in, not only just in communication, but also that they weren't that totally organised and they weren't completely on top of things, and it's basically the management's fault, being out of Certitude, let alone just Riverside ECHG. Well, when I transferred to in this March coming, so it's almost like being screwed in a more than basically financially. I feel like in some ways I've been screwed in a more than profound way, and now I only have 100 quid left in my flexible savings, and I'll have to top that up all over again now. So annoying. This financial game of Tetris, having to try and, you know, build up so much money you want to save for like other bills that I know I need to use that money for. I'm not, hey, I'm not saying I'm great with money. I'm not saying I'll always be that terribly great for money, but there's one thing I know of, and that is, this is what I should have done during the last 6 months. I should have hassled them. But this was knowledge I didn't know of, that they should have told me, and by all rights I had every right to know, because, I'm living here. I'm paying to live in here. And if I didn't, I'll end up having the chefs or the bailiffs. Well, that's probably what I've watched on TV, but it's more likely I'd get kicked out and thrown in the street, Well, in the extreme. But thankfully that's not going to happen. I don't know if Certitude really are going to write all that off. I will have to ask and check and see what happens. And if they don't, if they still want another 1,500, well, they're going to have to kiss my ass because I just haven't got the money. I'm on benefits. I haven't got a full-time job yet. I'm still looking. I'm still hoping and praying I do find one. Probably not in customer service. Maybe in either being a warehouse assistant or kitchen assistant. Hell, I'll work all weekend and double shifts if I have to try and earn that money back. It's gone now. I've done the transfer. I'm not trying to say like, oh, I'm a victim of circumstance or anything like that. It's just part of life, really. I'm not saying I asked for it, and obviously by all rights I didn't ask for it anyway, because I would have well, obviously I have to pay because, it's where I live, that I owe money for that I'm renting out on, and there's nowhere else for me to go. Well, where do I have to go? Do I have to go back? Do I have to go and move into my brother over in Bournemouth? I don't know. Bit extremely extreme, but thankfully that's not going to happen because I've paid off the 1,500, and that's like hopefully cut that half down. I don't know if they're going to write it off. I really don't know. I'm not going to get my hopes on it because I don't want to end up with false, broken promises and let alone, Certitude having failed me, as it were, to keep me updated on this. It's tragic, it's sad, and it just leaves me somewhat feeling like very, frustrated and angry about the whole situation. Well, that's the point. I find this situation completely, just unacceptable. All I can say is I'm gutted, frustrated, and I'm not gonna I don't want to make a big huge deal out of it. I mean, hey, who knew? Well, I didn't. Oh no, I forgot. I should have inquired more. But that's the problem. I could inquire and say, oh, don't worry, it's all sorted, it's okay, it all went in. It didn't. So it's kind of like broke my trust with them a little bit. And if they still keep asking me after that if the debt ain't written off, then well, let's hope I don't go to my relatives for help. Oh, I'll take out a loan and then end up paying more debt off. It's just ridiculous. I'm lucky I even saved that amount of money in financial circumstances like this, and therefore I'm very honoured and grateful. Now it's, I don't know, it's kind of like just absolute, what's the word, just it's frustrating because it means I have to start all over again. If you get what I mean. So, my advice to anyone out there like myself, living in shared accommodation with support, hassle them, ask them, do it every couple of weeks just to check to make sure the housing benefits and what service charge and whatnot has gone in and it's paid to your organisation who are supporting you and whatnot. Please, 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 don't leave it for too long. Don't. I want people to end up in the situation I've recently had to end up. I wouldn't want that for anyone out there or anybody. Whether it's families, just basically everyone, or families or couples or whoever, the elderly, the young, whatever. If you're a student, always check hassle, you know what I mean, just to make sure that because I had to end up going to HSBC and I've had to heart-wrenchingly had to take that 1,500 out and God. Well, I doubt the sun's going to shine tomorrow anyway, for this matter. It may be shining now. For how long is anyone's guess? You know what? If I've lost that amount of money, it makes me wonder how much Don Simpson here, this book called High Concept, going on about the culture of Hollywood's excess. Yep, by Charles Fleming. I haven't started reading it. It says once in blue. Well, it's memorizing the pitch of Decade, a shocking, blackly funny read, and says here he was spending like $60,000 a month on prescription on drugs. Hard to imagine a man we idolize in Hollywood who produced blockbusters with Jerry Bruckheimer films like Days of Wonder, Top Gun, The Rock, Con Air, you name it, all the big ones. Yeah, I thought I had worse. Look how much this guy spent. Yep. So, my advice: just don't. I'm having to curb my spending probably a lot more. I might have to cut down from 40 down to maybe 30 or 20 pounds shopping now, because now I have to throw in a pay slip over to Job Centre Belfast over there, because I've got a couple of part-time jobs with MenCap and Certitude, especially Certitude, so yeah, it's funny though. It says life's a bitch, then it kind of I don't know, does you over, as it were. I don't want to use too many swear words. I'm trying to keep it all nice and clean as much as possible. But I just don't want anyone out there to end up in my situation, and well, hope it all works out really. Just hang in there and keep inquiring, okay? And I'll leave it at that. Okay. Ta-ta.